start with breaking news out of California. We have reports at this hour of gunshots at a naval facility in San Diego. It's at a medical center, but everyone is said to be accounted for and safe. No reports of any injuries. Officials say Navy personnel are searching room to room in the huge facility, which also houses a daycare. Some nearby schools, as well as another naval operation, are on lockdown as a precaution. More than 6,500 people, both military and civilian, work at the medical building. Stay with Valley News Live as we follow this breaking story. And new for you at noon, former MMA fighter Antonio Borden has been found guilty of gross sexual imposition and aggravated assault after a May 2015 incident in Jamestown. NewsDakota.com reports 21-year-old Borden was accused of assaulting a woman when she allegedly refused to sleep with him. According to reports, when the woman was found by police, her voice was hoarse and she had marks on her neck. The woman said Borden forced sexual contact with her. Borden faces up to life in prison. A sentencing date has not been set. The Grand Forks Police Department is asking for the public's help. The Criminal Investigations Bureau posted on its Facebook page asking the public's help in identifying 2 people of interest who may have information of value to the police. These, as you see right there, are 2 in question. Anyone with information in this is asked to contact the Grand Forks Police Department. And 2 people are in jail after a fight late last night, and police are still trying to figure out what started it. It happened around midnight in the 1300 block of 3rd Avenue South. One man was hit with a full can of beer and treated for injuries. 2 others were arrested. Police say 27-year-old Michael Jonathan Cox is in jail on charge of aggravated assault. 54-year-old William Paul Owens of Fargo is being held for resisting a police officer. A vacant house in rural Barnes County is gone after an early morning fire. Firefighters got the call just after midnight and rushed to the farmstead in the Fingal area. Fire departments from Alice, Tower City, and Buffalo responded to the fire, but they couldn't save the house. Deputies say no one had lived there for several years. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Well, the sun is shining, so will we see a warm-up? Let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Robert Hahn. Robert, what are the conditions out there?
The conditions not too bad right now. Temperatures all in the 20s across the region. Don't look for much of a warm-up, maybe another degree or 2. And if you are looking for a warm-up, just got to wait about 24 hours from now. But right now, all in the 20s, 21 degrees in Roseau, Bemidji, and Crookston, 26 here in Fargo, 28 down in Wahpeton. A bit of a breeze out there out of the north and the northwest, around 5 to 15 miles per hour. That is enough to create some colder wind chills, especially over in northern Minnesota, where we've got some single-digit wind chills in Roseau, Baudette, and Bemidji. Wind chill of 14 at this hour here in Fargo, also 14 in Detroit Lakes and down in Assistant. A lot of cloud cover out there. We are seeing a few breaks in the clouds, and we'll see some breaks in the clouds today, but more clouds roll in overnight tonight ahead of a system that will give us some mixed precipitation tomorrow morning. We did have some flurries earlier today. Most of those have dissipated, but still a few flakes flying in a couple of locations as we head through the next couple of days. Today, again, not going to warm up a whole lot more than where we're at right now. Tomorrow morning, a chance for some wintry mix. Tomorrow afternoon, a chance for some light snow in northern Minnesota that could accumulate in some areas. We'll show you who has the best chance for that wintry mix tomorrow morning and how much snow to expect in northern Minnesota coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds great. Thanks, Robert. No one was hurt when an ambulance rolled into the ditch in Stutsman County last night. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says it happened east of Jamestown just before 9 p.m. The crash report says blowing snow and freezing conditions caused an icy stretch on Interstate 94. Multiple vehicles slid into the ditch and median between Fargo and Jamestown. An ambulance heading west on a return trip to Fargo slid into the median and rolled. No patients were transported at the time of the crash. Aaron Tandrin of Bismarck and William Caldwell of Jamestown were treated and released. Both were wearing seatbelts. Police are trying to locate a man who was involved in a dog attack in Grand Forks, determine if anyone needs rabies shots. It happened at the Lincoln Dog Park Saturday afternoon. Police say one dog bit down on the neck of another dog and wouldn't let go. The owner of the dog being attacked stabbed and killed the attacking dog, but was also bit trying to separate the dogs. The owner of the attacking dog left the scene with his dead dog, and police want to talk to him and see if his pet was up to date with vaccinations. People in Buffalo, North Dakota have hand-delivered 130 signatures to the state health department petitioning against a proposed 9,000-head hog farm. They also got more information about the facility from the health department. The pig farm plan came as a surprise to some people in the Buffalo area, and concerns started to build when they uncovered complaints about a similar hog farm owned by the same company in South Dakota. But supporters of farm say worries are heavy odor that are not true. The state health department must approve plans before anything is built, and health officials plan more discussion on the proposal in mid-March. There are many ways to plan for retirement, but what happens when money you were expecting is drastically cut? The Central States Pension Fund serves up drivers, super value workers, associated milk producers, and more. The fund recently sent out a letter saying as of July 1st of this year, pension benefits would be cut in half to, quote, ensure that our fund will continue providing pension benefits for many years in the future. If the benefits are cut in half, North Dakotans could lose nearly $200 million in benefits. There's some good news for Moorhead taxpayers this morning, thanks in part to low interest rates. The public school district is saving them $18 million. That means the owners of $150,000 homes will see their taxes increase less than expected. $96 this year and $79 next year. School officials say interest rates came in well below the estimates they used for the bond. The plan was approved by a public vote in November. The U.S. Supreme Court has rejected an appeal for North Dakota to revive its proposed restriction on abortions, which would be the strictest in the nation. The law, which passed by North Dakota's legislature and signed by the governor, banned most abortions after 6 weeks when a fetal heartbeat can be first detected. The 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals rejected the law, blocking it in July. Earlier this month, the Supreme Court also turned away an appeal from Arkansas state officials who sought to revive a similar fetal heartbeat law.